The name is Rob. ShinRob.
Sorry, I had to get that out. The Bandai Movie Monsters series of reissued figures is somewhat of a miracle call thing. A lot of the older Bandai Godzilla figures, due to them being old, have really gone up in price in recent years due to the success of Godzilla 2014 and Shin Godzilla. And with even more Godzilla stuff coming out and on the way, the elder Bandai figures are just skyrocketing in price. So if you can get over the fact that the Bandai Movie Monster series of reissued figures are actually a little bit smaller than the originals, then the Bandai Movie Monster series of reissues is somewhat of a godsend to us Kaiju fans who don't want to spend $90 on a 5-inch vinyl toy, 6-inch, 7-inch, sometimes 8. So I've constructed a list of both Godzilla designs and villainous Kaiju that I would just absolutely love Bandai to redo for 2019. First, we're going to start off with the villainous Kaiju, and up first is one of my holy grail purchases. This is a figure and a monster that I would really love to have in my collection. Unfortunately, nearly every version of him on eBay has marks on his horn and on his drill hands. You already know it is Megalon. I personally don't care if this figure would be, smaller than the original. This is a figure that I myself, and I know a lot of other Godzilla fans, really want to add to their collection in good condition. Granted, if this were to ever come to be, and I found an original one in good condition, possibly with a tag, I would still get it. But still, for the time being, I would really love to have a brand new Megalon figure in my collection. Megalon's one of my very favorite monsters, even though his movie is just kooky. I can't get over it. I love that big bad Beetleborg. Up next would be the unholy entree himself, Ebirah, Terror of the Deep. You can stop now. I got my first Ebirah figure, actually, this year, not too long ago. And I've seen a lot of Ebirah figures up on eBay and all the other whimsical sites where people can post a figure for outrageous prices, but then again, it's probably worth it due to size and style. Anyway, I would really like to see Ebirah done in the Bandai fashion again. Ebirah, as I've said multiple times on this channel, was the co-star for my very first Godzilla movie, so I hold Ebirah very near and dear to my heart. So the fact that I've only had one figure of him, that disappoints me. I need more. And I really don't want to spend money on an X Plus, even though they're totally worth it. Your boy gotta pay rent and bills and everything, but when it comes to a Bandai figure, it's affordable. Plus, who doesn't want a giant mutant lobster for a figure? That's awesome. Number 3 would be the boy with the most annoying roar next to that of Gabara. Titanosaurus. Titanosaurus figures from Bandai are impossible. I believe the Titanosaurus figure actually came from a set that was paired with the 1974 Godzilla. I'm pretty sure they were sold off individually, but both the figure individually and the set with those two figures and their black and white tags, it's none too cheap. If you're following the same locomotive of thought here, I'm basically putting all the most expensive monsters up first for what I want to see in 2019. Titanosaurus being one of them, of course. The boy was only in one Godzilla movie, and he left an everlasting impression on me because he was a dinosaur with a fan for a tail, and I personally think he's got a pretty cool roar. It was my ringtone for a little bit till people started something like that. Up next is Mecha-Godzilla 2 and Mecha-Godzilla 1974. Now, I have a tagged Bandai Creation Godzilla 1974, but I really don't like the pose he's in. When Godzilla about to tear your head off, you be like, seriously, that's what it looks like. Now, the original Mecha-Godzilla 1974 Bandai figures really aren't crazily expensive. I think the most I've seen one go for is $50, $60. That's nothing compared to other figures that I've seen. The one that really catches me, though, is Mecha-Godzilla 2 / Super Mecha-Godzilla. He's either $20, all marked up and no tag, or $120, no marks and a tag. There really isn't any middle ground for this guy, at least none that I've found. Plus, Mecha-Godzilla 2 is the only Heisei Kaiju I don't have in my collection. I essentially have all the Heisei Kaiju now, except Mecha-Godzilla 2. So, for completionist reasons and for the reasons of having more Mecha-Godzilla in my collection, I need Mecha-Godzilla 1974 and I need Mecha-Godzilla 2. Up next, and he's not really a villainous Kaiju, I mean he's more well known as Godzilla's ally, but I definitely need new versions of the Showa era Anguirus and the Millennium series Anguirus. Anguirus is the best sidekick ever. And even though I'm not really the biggest fan of Anguirus, he's still very poorly represented in my collection. I don't own a single Anguirus figure except for that little mystery mini I got in that big blue box. Link in the description below and at the end of the video. Plus, I just feel like representation of Anguirus has just been so slim to none as of recently, aside from those mystery minis. So it'd be nice to see the old boy with, you know, some reissues here and there. But if I had to pick which one to come first, I would definitely pick Showa era Anguirus because I think I have more Godzilla from the Showa era than I do the villainous Kaiju. And I really need to fix that. So yes, give me Showa era Anguirus this year, give me Millennium Series Anguirus in 2020. This year's 2018. You know what I mean. Up next is the Imago and adult form of Batra. The Imago version of Batra is expensive. And I don't even know if Bandai ever made an adult version of Batra. I haven't seen any. They probably did. Maybe not. But anyway, I need more Batra. The only Batra representation I have in my collection are the 2 Trendmasters figures that I have. I need more. Plus, that's another Heisei Kaiju that I don't have in Bandai format. So forget what I said with Mecha-Godzilla. I need Batra. Shit. We got this boy with this Final Wars design this year, so I'm hoping in 2019 we can get a Showa version of Rodan, or Radon. Rodan as a kid was one of my top favorite kaiju ever. And I had always thought that there was a Godzilla vs. Rodan movie because of the Trendmasters cards, but there was never really a exclusive Godzilla vs. Rodan. Rodan was usually like the second tier villain or some guy that just ended up joining Godzilla's troop. There doesn't seem to be a lot of love for Showa Rodan recently because we got Final Wars Rodan in the normal Bandai format, and then you got a mystery mini. Where's the love for Showa Rodan? We need more love for the Showa series overall with the Bandai Movie Monsters series of reissues. We really do. I mean, even with January's releases of Space Godzilla and Mogira, that's still not Showa era. It's Heisei era. I know, but I need more Showa era. So by all means, give me Showa era Rodan, Bandai. Now this next guy. Bandai, you released him as a mystery mini, and by George, and I don't really know anybody named George. I know one person named, actually I know a couple Georges. I'm sorry every George that I know. Bandai, by the love of every George that I know, I need Final Wars Hedorah as a Bandai figure. A full-sized Bandai figure. Final Wars Hedorah was way too cool to be only shown off in like, what, 14 seconds of film? I need more of that guy. I need a lot of that guy. I need a Bandai figure of Final Wars Hedorah. Don't tell me you don't f***ing plan on doing it. You released him as a mystery mini. You better be coming in 2019, Bandai, or I'm coming for you. And the last 2 villainous kaiju, since they are technically the same monster, I'm going to do them both at the same time, would be Monster X and Kaiser Ghidorah. You already know. Monster X is a Bandai figure, expensive. Kaiser Ghidorah is a Bandai figure, super expensive. This little trend needs to be fixed. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy about Space Godzilla and Mogira, but I really need these very hard to find and expensive kaiju to be reissued already. Please, for the love of Goj. I don't care that they're smaller than the originals, just give them to me, Bandai. Pretty please. I need them boys. Also, I need Mechagodzilla. Maybe a new Orga. Though I love the original Orga. He's beautiful. But anyway, let's get on to Godzillas. The first major Godzilla figure that I would really love Bandai to redo is, for the love of Goj again, Godzilla 1955 or Godzilla Raids Against or Gigantus the Fire Monster. Bandai! Godzilla 1955 has only been in memorial boxes. This needs to change, and it needs to change now. Memorial boxes either complete and mint or not complete and mint or just whatever. They command ridiculous prices. I love Godzilla, but no way I am spending $3,000 on a memorial box. You're crazy. I mean, I'm not calling people who would spend that kind of money on a memorial box crazy. I'm actually rather envious of people who have that kind of money to drop on Godzilla. But come on, Bandai. It's time to get with the times and give us the second Godzilla ever already, please. The only 1955 Godzilla figure I have is a little Gachapon. I don't think Gachapon. That's it. And the memorial box version of him with or without his card is expensive. That needs to be fixed. Very fixed. This hand gesture means fix it and re-release it. The next Godzilla I definitely need a reissue of is Godzilla 1963 or 62. Either or. I don't care. Despite having one that's not tagged in my collection, and I love them oh so much, Bandai, it's really time to bring back the old Godzilla designs. Forget about the Heisei series for a minute or two and start showing love to the Showa era. I know I have Heisei era Kaiju and even Godzilla's on this list, but I really need more Showa era stuff, and Bandai, you are the gents and gals to do it. So I need 63 and I need 65, both of which are disgustingly overly priced everywhere, tagged and not tagged. I'm gonna need both of them, and I'm gonna need both of them like, maybe within, the parameters of 2019, early 2020, that'd be great. And then we have Godzilla against Mechagodzilla and Godzilla Tokyo SOS, 2003 and... No, 2002 and 2003. And a new reissue of Godzilla Final Wars. I need the last 3 Millennium Series Goji designs to complete my Millennium collection of Godzillas. Yet again, Bandai, you are the only people that can really do that, so I'd really appreciate it if you did, but I can honestly live without those 3 if you just so happen to reissue Godzilla 1989, who you also just made a mystery mini of, so if you don't make a full-size figure of that, I'm sorry, you're full of crap. The last one, the most important one. This guy has deserved a Bandai full-sized figure for a very shortish time. Fans are starting to grow up. Fans are starting to accept him. Not all fans are getting over the fact that this movie existed and they're beating the dead lizard over the head with a titanium stick. I am talking about the boy, Godzilla 98. Godzilla 98 has a lot of figures, mostly from Trendmasters. We're getting one from the X Plus Defro Real line, which I am totally getting. Totally. But I need this boy 5 to 6 inch figure with a tag for the love of all that is holy, Bandai. Please, I don't care if you make one of Godzilla 98. I don't care if you make one of Godzilla Jr. 98. I don't care if you make one of Zilla from Final Wars, since they're all technically different creatures. I just need the 98 design in Bandai format from you, Bandai, and that is the most important one. That is the next monster I want to see on the pre-order roster from the Bandai Movie Monster series of figures. Okay, we get it. You didn't like the movie. I didn't fucking like the movie, but I like the monster, and I need more representation of the monster. Bandai, I need more G98, and I know I'm not the only one out there. Why do I keep taking off my glasses and putting them back on? I know I'm not the only one out there who wants more G98 either. A lot of people have moved on from the movie, and they just want Godzilla 98 as a Bandai figure, a full-sized Bandai figure, not the little tiny ones or anything like that, not as a Gachapon, I know. I need Godzilla 98 as a Bandai figure. Forget every other kaiju I just put on this list. Give me Godzilla 98 as a Bandai figure, Bandai, please. I don't care what you do. I don't care what name is on the fucking tag. Whether it's G98, G98 Jr., or Zilla, I don't care. Give it, please. This is a Bandai figure I have been waiting for ages, for what seems like ages. And it would just mean the world to me if you could do that, please. But anyway, those are my Kaiju and Godzilla designs that I would like to see reissued under the Bandai Movie Monster series line. Why don't you comment down below and tell me which Kaiju would you like to see redone by Bandai in the year 2019 and the future. I have been Rob, ShinRobjira, and I will see you all tomorrow with yet another video. Well, bye everybody.